EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. The kicker, Blake Ruffy, set to start it. And off we go from the Superdome. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right to the air goes Daniels. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
And a good run there. Finds the lane, gets forward, got 8 yards, and sets up a much more manageable 3rd and 2.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in.
And he'll have a Commander's 1st down. Good running. Gets him to about the 44.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? And this is 3rd and short. Just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the 1st down, and they're able to convert.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. Finding the veteran tight end, Zach Ertz. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
Now a ball deep, middle of the field, and they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm, being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down, but in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield, and there does come some danger when you throw back across, but in this case, it's a big completion. They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Throwing again, Daniels. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. That's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typical...
good blocking, and he's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing at the start. Here's Carr. Got it into the hands of Olave. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Now, second down throw from Carr. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Third and long. From the shotgun, it's Carr. And this ball incomplete on third down. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up fourth down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. And he is going to have the Saints first down on what will be a big play there on 4th and long.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
On first down, Carr to the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down. Carr working out of the gun. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down. Carr. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
I think the defender thought he had himself a pick here, Mike. He saw that curl coming the entire way, but unfortunately for him, it was a curl and go. They took him deep. Leads to a huge pickup.
Now Carr. Here's a screen coming for Kamara. And he's in! Alvin Kamara. Touchdown, Saints. Blake Grupe comes on for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Saints come right back to tie it at 7. Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This one taken at the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. To break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Throwing left side there, but it is incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. They might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Taking the deep shot here with Robinson. And he's going to be dragged down, but not until he's inside the 25.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Keep it in the air. Here's Daniels. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
To play in the NFL, you've got to have a short-term memory, because regardless of whether the previous play was good or bad, they're going to line up and snap it again. In this case, really nice job bouncing back. They put the bad play behind them, forced the sack in the ensuing play, and they're right back on track.
That one is brought in by Terry McClure. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a 1st down.
And these are the throws that when they evaluate young quarterbacks coming out of college, they want to see you be able to make. Everyone worries about how far you can throw the ball, and while that's certainly important, to be able to make the throws from sideline to sideline, especially in those intermediate zones, drive the ball through space, because in this league, an open window is going to close in a hurry.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. They'll look to set up the screen here. The Commanders will signal for the first of their timeouts. Clock is stopped for 26 seconds until the break.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him out.
Terry McClure, the intended target on that one. 3rd down coming up.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Third and long, and here's Daniels. To the goal line and in. Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Commanders.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now a timeout here by Washington. That is their second, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half. Carr now to throw on first down. He lets one go, looking for Shaheed. And that is incomplete.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat.
Oh, the defender able to get his head around and intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half. Coming up, both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. First down throw for Carr. That's going to be pulled in by Kamara. He's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. Second down, Carr. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient. But at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
That's deep for Olave. That's caught. And he will score. Chris Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll take a knee, and they'll take the ball at the 30-yard line. Here's first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. Willie Gay with the stop. They face second down and 7. Another run here for Robinson. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield.
Well, there's not a whole lot of fancy going on here, Mike. This is just kind of old school, line up and run smash mouth football. It's exactly what they did, but it still ends up in a big gain, and he picks up the first down.
On first down, right back to Robinson. Into the secondary again. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Commanders' 25-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. And I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
That's taken in. It's Austin Eckler. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
This quarterback has a reputation for being one of the faster quarterbacks in the league, but what I loved here is, yes, he used his legs, but he remained a passer for as long as he could, and leads to a nice pickup.
First carry for the versatile Austin Eckler. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Willie Gay. And he's going to be taken down, but there are 1, 2, 3 flags on the field. I don't think this is going to stand. The defense still arguing about that pass interference call, but their focus needs to be a stop. They face 1st and goal. And he will not get in from there. In fact, I think he was shoved backwards a little bit.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Backed up to the 3. It's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on 3rd and goal.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
He's got his man, middle of the end zone. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Washington. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal. And, Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. To throw is Carr. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he'll be brought down on what will be the final act here in this 3rd quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now, Carr. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
Carr from the gun on third down. That is intercepted. Picked off by the former Wolverine, the rookie from...
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else. And, oh yeah, Brock, they've won a couple of their own along the way, too. We're in the home of the Buccaneers, Tampa, Florida, and Raymond James Stadium. Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And we're off and running from Raymond James. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Coming out throwing is Baker. Grabbed by Chris Godwin. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Off the play fake. Here's Mayfield. On target to Godwin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Give him 32 on that play. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
He's on the move. Oh, look at this. Here he goes. And he doesn't slide down, and he pays for it. A big shot sends him to the ground.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Baker now off the play fake. Escapes the pocket. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead right away. It's a Chris Godwin touchdown. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Here comes Williams on the return. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Carr starting with a throw. His first throw is an interception. The rookie from Georgia has it. And he's going to go. It's a pick.
First opened in 1975, resurrected in 2006, we welcome you inside the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints, here in downtown New Orleans. The kicker, Blake Grupe, set to start it. And off we go from the Superdome. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. Now the former Texas A&M Aggie, here's Devon Achane. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Hill brought in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
This is how you draw up your opening possession when you're on the road. The longer the drive goes, the quieter the crowd gets. Continue to mix in that run game. Let's see if they can finish off by putting this ball in the end zone.
Once again, it's Achane. Again, he finds an opening. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Let's give some love to the big guys up front here, Mike. The offensive line is looking good here early to start the game. A couple nice, big, explosive runs. Expect them to continue to lean on the big guys up front as the rest of this game unfolds.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And he's into the end zone. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Miami. And that is the way to start a game. Not just score, but, Greg, score quickly. A nice opening drive for the first 6 points.
Well, it seems, Mike, the hour spent on that opening game script was time well spent. I mean, to take the ball right down the field that quickly right out of the gates, that's a pretty good opening drive and an early 6 points.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This will be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. Throwing at the start. Here's Carr. Going for it all. He's got it! And he's going to be taken down inside the 40-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
On 1st and 10, Carr. Brought in by Chris Olave. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. From the shotgun, it's Carr. Open man, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. They'll empty out the backfield as they come up for 3rd and a yard.
It's 3rd and 1.
Carr working out of the gun. That's going to be incomplete. And they'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
I'm not sure there's any position on defense that's undergone as much of an evolution as the linebacker position. In the old days, they were the physical tone setters. They were the tacklers. But now, it's their ability to hold up in coverage, like you saw there, that allows you to keep those guys on the field for all 3 downs.
Carr throwing on 4th down. He's got his man complete to Johnson. So some early intrigue as we have reached the end of the first quarter. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. More from New Orleans after this. On 1st down, Carr. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he'll be taken down. This opening drive, it has been a work of art. Now, can they put the finishing touches on? It's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Kamara. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Kamara. And he is not going to get to the goal line. In fact, he's even going to lose yards on that play. And now it is 3rd and goal. Carr now. Over the top. He's got it. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown Saints.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score in the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop, and they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. Room up the sideline at the 45. And they will finally haul him down at the Dolphins' 37-yard line. So a big one there to start the drive. 33 yards. 2 minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. We're back to New Orleans. After this, ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Achan. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
Now a first down throw for Tua. That one brought in by Berrios.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
From the gun, here's Tua. Looking underneath for Achan. And the Dolphins are going to be looking at a first and goal. They move it down to the 4.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It's such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, first and goal. At the very least, got to come away with some points.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's taken in by Achan. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Tua to throw again. He pulls it in around the 5. He'll get a couple, mark him down at the 3. Now a signal, timeout call, 9 seconds left to play in this first half. We'll line up at the 3-yard line again. They'll try to punch it in on 3rd and goal. They'll motion the tight end, Smith. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike. I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field. And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well, you're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
Williams now to return. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half. About to get started. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Carr now to throw on first down. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and let's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
And he's going to go down, a sack, but we do have a penalty marker on the field. Let's get the call. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. To throw is Carr. Left side into the hands of Olave. 1st down throw for Carr. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Carr now on second down. That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Brooks.
Like, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've seen a lot of ball. You can trust them to make good decisions. And then every once in a while, one just gets away, and that's just simply a bad ball, a bad mistake. You're not going to get away with it at this level.
Tua now on 1st down. He's going to air this one out, looking for Hill. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Off play action, it's Tua. The tight end, Jonnu Smith, secures it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Tua going to give it to Achane. And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. That's a gain of 5 yards. A shotgun snap for Tua. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's going to have a 1st down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
A running back that can be used in the passing game is a handful for these defenses. And you can tell this offense, they're not shy getting this guy the ball. And I think the rest of this game, they're going to continue to see, hey, defense, do you have an answer for this guy?
That's to the left side and taken in by Smith. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll work now on second and 4. On the handoff, this is Achan. And the Dolphins are going to have a first and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal at the 3-yard line.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out front.
They'll go jet sweep and do it with Hill. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. Here's Carr. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line.
A 3-yard loss brings up second and 13 at the 19-yard line.
Second down, Carr. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down. Now, Carr. And on third down, that ball incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
We are set for fourth and long. Carr. This is caught. He's got a long way to go. Good hustle by the defense. They beat the offense.
In the only building this franchise has ever known. We're at the home of the Texans. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Blake Groupie out and ready to send this away. And away we go from NRG Stadium. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. They bring Collins in motion right. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Tight end going in motion here. Cut by Diggs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing, proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
Third down, Mixon gets it. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
And the Texans, first down.
Stroud throwing here on first. Makes the catch, but does not do it in bounds. Looks like he came down on that sideline. 2nd down coming up.
On the coverage.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. He was hoping to get it to Tank Dell there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Working quickly here.
That's good for a Houston Texans. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. They get 22 on that one. And it sets up a Houston first.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted. Alontae Taylor has it. There he goes, right sideline. Hits the 20. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. So we start our game off with a touchdown, Brock, but not on the side of the scoreboard that we were expecting.
Yeah, first drive on defense, the goal is to get off the field, maybe even flip the field with field position. But to score points yourself, that's not something they honestly consider too much. That is until he started that return, baby, and they saw things lining up perfectly for it to happen.
And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Stroud. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. Offense up to the line fast. Stroud now on third. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. Picked off by Tyrann Mathieu. And the Saints get the football back with great field position there at the 36.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
Escapes a defender. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Looking to throw, Carr. This is reeled in by Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. We'll make our return to NRG Stadium after this. We're back for the start of the second. Saints have the ball and a chance at 6. From the 17. He has it at the 5. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Throwing again, it's Carr. And that throw just too high for him.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incomplete pass, here's 2nd and goal. Blitz coming, Carr. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
That one right down the middle. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That pass caught by Tank Dell. This is ahead for about 5. Willie Gay there on the tackle. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line. One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. 2nd and 10 now. It is cut left side. 16 yards on the play. And the Texans are going to have a first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. 2nd and 3 now. From the 48. Has his massive hit. The ball is out. Oh, look at this. He gets the chains. We've hit the 2-minute warning now at NRG. And it's the Texans who have 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Stroud. Forced out to his right. Sends it to Diggs along the sideline. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And it sets up a Houston first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips, cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Rolling left behind. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line. Another try following the sack. Into the hands of Schultz.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. From the gun, Stroud. Chased out to his right. And he will score. Touchdown, Houston! The Texans make it a 1-score game before halftime. Nico Collins with the touchdown. Fairbairn connects on the extra point. And the Texans chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. On the return, here's Mims. He's got a lane up past the 30. And a great opportunity for this offense. He's out of bounds all the way up at the 40-yard line.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. Taken in by Shaheed. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Kamara can't push it across. They make the stand, and looks like they might have stopped him a little bit behind the line, too. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Dump off caught by his back. Touchdown, New Orleans! So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints double their lead to 14. Here's Groupie on now to handle the kickoff. This taken from the 12. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Back to throw it. And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Couldn't connect on 1st, it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Trying to find Stephon Diggs. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
And 10 yards to go.
Looking to throw. That's going to fall incomplete. Either way, he was breaking it up. Couldn't hang on to the pick, so hits the ground, brings up 4th down. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. On the return, here's Mims. He stopped on the return at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Carr. He's going deep this time. He's got it deep downfield. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow the lead coming out of halftime. Alvin